Has your Alexa been in a mood lately? Has she been playing Tony Braxton, Break My Heart every time you ask for the temperature? Do you ever make out with your ex and wonder, does Alexa get lonely? Do you ask her what's wrong and she responds with, nothing, I'm fine? Well, let me tell you, she's not fine. She's in need of dick. Well, Anna, how do I get my hands on a disembodied voice to date a device the government uses to monitor me? Well, fret no more, stranger. Automaton 62647's cousin, COVID Carl, is here to keep her warm at night. Set up your Alexa on a COVID date so when the robots take over, she may or may not spare your life. There's still a small chance she'll feed you into a pit of refurbished air fryers, but it's a small chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah!
COVID Carl not only listens when you're sneezing and coughing in the comfort of your home, but he also enhances Alexa's abilities to order your basic COVID supplies. COVID Carl also always texts back and will never post your Alexa's nudes. Winning! If COVID Carl ghosts your Alexa after robot intercourse, we will refund all your money and jump him outside your local Walmart. Order your COVID Carl today! You don't hear anything?
There it is.
I hear it now.
Just can't get you out of my head. Love is all I think about.
I was like, where did Anna go?
Shout out to Kylie Minogue.
Right.
The original Kylie. The
original
Kylie.
The vibes. You know the.
Wait, I don't. Oh, here's my.
Where's the soundboard?
I don't know if it's gonna. Okay, we're gonna just see if it works because I don't know how it's gonna sound. And then also Gianni reorganized this, so I don't know where anything is. Oh, here you go.
It'll be better. You're gonna know exactly where everything is. Don't play me.
You know the fucking vibes.
Hey, there we go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Are we recording? Oh yeah.
We've
shit.
been recording.
Oh, got him.
Yeah, you guys got me back.
Hey, got him. Is that how it's done?
Got him.
Got him.
That's a remix.
Gotham.
Gotham.
Yeah.
Good job.
Gotham.
Anyways, how you guys doing?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Are we doing intro? We gotta do introductions, guys.
Welcome to Come Correct, people. Thanks for coming back, tuning in.
We've got
Jenny, hello. Nice to speak to you again.
and then we got Stumpback Sniz in the biz. It's Anna.
And it's your girl, your FOMO homo, your local lesbian, aka Dognificent, aka Terabyte in this motherfucker.
Bitch. One day that I'm gonna be like up there with y'all with these names because you come correct, Tara, every time.
Just come correct with the nicknames.
One
I've
day.
always struggled with nicknames though.
I kind of just give myself nicknames, you know? I'm just like, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Every time I try to make things stick, nobody wants to cooperate. Like LOLX. I've been trying to get that since I was 13.
I always think it's a typo.
Wait, but is that like a nickname or that's just like a
That's like a
It-
thing I wanted to get going. Like,
Like
I
with the little kissy?
like fetch? Fetch never
Yeah.
happened.
well, it was because it was right when everybody was like shortening and all the acronyms, all the TTYLs, the BRBs, and so I was like, I want in this action. I want to contribute. And like
Mm.
X makes like xylophone, so I was like, it's like LOLs.
Or like Latinx.
Nah.
I thought like LOL with a little kissy at the end. I'm like, why
Yes,
the
that's what some people think. Some people think that it's like a, and I'm
I'm
like,
like, are you
no.
flirting with me?
Right. If you know me, I'm like, stay away from me. Like,
It's like LOL extreme.
and
Get
nobody,
aggressive though.
nobody wants to cooperate. Everybody just complains about it. And I still do it, and I'm 30.
It's all right. You gotta stick to your guns. That's all that matters.
Right.
Gretchen Wiener never dies, you know? Like
Wretched wieners never die. That's what I heard.
you know what I'm fucking talking about?
Yeah.
You and your fetch ass word, LOLX, LOLX,
LOLX.
Latinx ass, laughing out loud. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Anyways, check in.
Oh yeah, let's check in. How y'all doing?
Yo, how you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
I got my Pinot Grigio.
Oh, I got my red wine. Sarah has.
I got a claw.
I think we're fine. I think we're great. I think we're holding it together.
It's one of those things where I was really glad for the weekend because I just needed like separation from my work. I always feel that way, but in this week in particular, I'm like, yo, I just want to chill because I feel like I've been also being productive in like other sense.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I gave myself like, yo, you can watch Castlevania for 6 hours. I'll allow it.
You earned it.
What show? Castlevania?
Castlevania on Netflix. I don't
What
even
is it?
think it's about like Dracula taking out his revenge on humanity and trying to wipe out the whole planet.
You still trying to catch up on Halloween shows and shit?
Is it a new show
Oh,
or?
it's 24/7 for me, honey. I live this life. What you saying?
Is this like a recent show or is it like an older show?
It's on its 3rd season. I don't even know if there's probably 6 hours worth because it's like 20 minutes each. It's like anime style. I think the animation is really sick.
Oh, it's animation.
It's
Duh.
animation. There's like action, but it's like really funny in moments too. There's like everything is unexpected. Along the way, and it's really gory. There's a lot of humping, so everything that I want.
Okay.
A lot of humping.
Yeah.
It's animated humping.
Zingus must love it.
Yeah. Zingus loves to hump, especially like when I'm crying at night. He just loves to hump when I'm crying at night.
Okay.
That was our check-in.
No, I see you, Anna. I see you blogging and shit. I see you out here.
Yeah, here, right?
Yes, I
Putting the work
finally
out in the
did it. I
studio.
started my blog.
Yes. What is it called?
Plug it.
It's on Tumblr. It's called Suspicious Empanada.
Go follow, guys.
So you're walking down the block and you see an empanada on the block. That's suspicious. A full empanada, not even a happy empanada. That's suspicious.
That's
So
you.
Suspicious empanada.tumblr. TUMBR. You know what Tumblr is. You know.
Tumblr.
BLR.
Tumblr.
Anna's gonna bring Tumblr back, y'all.
Tumblr.com. Yeah, I get like I have like 2 likes on my post, so I'm thriving.
People are using it.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Honestly, it's just the ability to just put it out there for me is a huge step. Like to even like have it for anybody to look at it's insane. So I don't even care if nobody reads it. It's just more about my growth as I traverse the stratosphere of writing
Life.
Like,
Yeah.
with
I read
whatever
it.
accent I'm trying to do.
I think I'm one of the 2 likes probably.
I think
No.
you're both the likes.
Me and Jenny. You know what though? I gotta reblog it so then my followers see it because I got like a few.
You've had a Tumblr for
I got a few thousand followers, so I could do that and see like what they think. I don't know.
You post, because I'm like, oh, Tara posts.
I'm on it like regularly. Yeah,
I like
go.
Tumblr. Like I'll you can easily find a lot of good shit there.
Yeah,
Tumblr was like one of my favorite social medias. I wish that was one of the ones that got really popular. I mean, it was kind of popular at one point, but kind of died down after who bought it? Verizon or somebody bought it, or Yahoo or some shit. And like they kind of went downhill and like took all the nudity off and porn and like it got.
that's right.
I was upset about that, but whatever.
Was
Beggars
that a
can't be
big thing
choosers.
about it? Did you go there just for the porn?
No. It wasn't just for the porn, but it was like nice little like I don't
have
know
adult
side
content.
action.
It was a nice bonus.
Yeah, I feel like because it was like more like softcore porn, and I'm like more into that kind of stuff than like what Pornhub has to offer.
Yeah.
And they had like a lot of that, and I feel like they had more like they probably started OnlyFans really before OnlyFans even existed. Like, cause there were girls up there.
Like
There were girls up there like
yeah.
Tumblr girls that were selling their nudes and stuff before like.
Probably making mad money.
Yeah, I had to unfollow a few of them though because it got annoying. I was just like, yo, I don't want to buy your fucking nudes. Like what?
I learned something new.
Food for thought.
I don't know.
Anyways, Jenny, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm just like everything feels like a blur, but I'm doing well. I'm doing better these days. Like, you know, you got to keep a positive mindset. You got to stay busy. Try to just do better. You got to grow. We'll touch more on that later. But yeah, definitely trying to take a more proactive stance on like how I approach life. Just in general, I've always been kind of lax and I let things kind of just happen. And I think now I'm just like, COVID really just put me into action and like has like, I don't know, set a little fire under me, and like now I just feel like more motivated to just do what I can considering the circumstances, where I can, safely obviously, but still trying to keep my sanity, you know. Yeah, so I'm doing good, guys.
That's good. But sometimes you gotta like become the captain of like your own ship and like take charge, you know? It makes you feel a lot better.
I do feel better, and I'm like tired and like so things are starting to feel different, but I feel good about how they're feeling. So
you gotta like sometimes acclimate too. Like when things are changing, your body and everything have to acclimate to those changes. So
oh yeah,
you gotta give yourself time.
With teaching and everything too, like everything went to Zoom for a while, and then things started to transition back into studio, and then you're trying to relearn how to teach because you got to wear a mask, and then you got to do Zoom within the studio, and then oh hold on, they might just shut down again, so now you got to do half and half. It's like you got to be super flexible sometimes because that's what the world demands at the moment. So again, just
Pandemic
trying to stay positive within the negative. Yeah.
Facts.
Right.
Factuals.
How about you, Tara Bruce? Tara Down?
I mean, y'all know
Right.
I'm going through it too. I mean, the last few weeks were tough, but after like Vanessa's birthday, we got back. My mom had COVID, and then like a few of her friends got it. And now my grandma has it, so I've been taking care of her, and like it's tough. It's not easy. I've been quarantining for it's gonna be like 3 weeks, so I don't know. I'm pushing through. I have my good days and my bad days, you know. But thank God for Steve, you know. God bless you.
Shout out to Steve.
Shout out to Steve. She holds me down. You know, we hold each other down when I, you know, gotta like break down or whatever. She's here. So thank God for that. And like all the homies. Anna's trying to get the soundboard to work.
I know.
I definitely, you know, vent to you guys, and you guys always like cheer me up. But you know, it's tough. I think everybody's going through some shit.
There we go. That was for Steve, not for Tara's.
The delayed.
We're not cheering on her hard life right
now. But yeah, you know, I'm just like, I just want to get past this moment, and then you know, I'm hoping there's fucking good days on the horizon. I said that to Anna. I said that to Anna earlier. I'm like, there's better days on the horizon. I know it. Like it's coming.
Yeah, keep looking because there has to be.
But there are some times. What are you doing? Is that the violin?
I didn't play anything yet. I was.
Okay. Anyway, I was saying, like, sometimes it's like it sucks being the better person and like somebody that steps up and like tries to I don't know, like fix a situation. It's just like sometimes I wish I was just like not so uh caring and like kind and like always like trying to help people out, because it's like it's not like a burden, but it's like I sometimes
Responsibility.
put myself second, and it's like then I wear myself out and I'm like, yo, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, but I mean, I'm doing the right thing. I'm not saying I regret it or anything, but it's tough. Like,
Yeah.
and like other people are just out here doing what they gotta do, not even worrying. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, my family's just like crazy. It's tough. It's tough. Everybody's got their own shit going on, so.
Right. I can empathize with that, with like feeling like, oh, I gotta be the better person, or I always have to be the better person. But the fact of the matter is you are the better person, and you are the person that's gonna fix things, because otherwise they remain broken.
Yeah.
And it is a gift and a curse, because sometimes you want to be like, fuck everybody. Like that was me. Like that's why I went to California. Like I was just like, fuck everybody. I'm leaving, and that's it.
Kiss my ass.
Be like that though,
Kiss
honestly,
my
because
cool
no, you look at like people in your life who are also facing the same circumstances, and then sometimes you sit and wonder like, hold on, why don't you take the reins? Why aren't these people also helping, and taking initiative? Like why does it always have to land on me or whatever? So like if you want, sometimes you have to go across the country so that people can figure things out, for themselves, but again, at the end of the day, like she said, you are the better person, like, because
Yeah.
you realize that like you are needed in your family. You realize that like this is kind of what has to, go down right now. But at the end of the day, like you're only gonna get better out of this. Like when things start to like become normal again, and when life starts to turn around, it'll just make you appreciate it more, and it'll feel a lot better. Like you deserved it, and like you earned that smooth sailing time.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. And I think this also like I think made me like appreciate just like life in general and just like waking up and like not being sick. Like I'm watching everybody be sick and like it's like damn. Thank God for like my immune system and my metabolism and everything. Like I'm young.
Right
I
on.
don't have to like worry about that part of it, at least right now, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx myself, but uh it just like I always say, like this virus made me realize like family has to come first, and like my job, thank God they have been very like supportive and understanding, because like they also don't want people coming in that like have been exposed, so
Yeah.
like they're being very safe about it. So it's like I'm grateful and blessed in other walks of life, but it's like it's just tough. It's just tough.
And you're allowed to not have a good time. like that meme where like I'm totally not having a good time. Like that's
Yeah.
totally allowed. And not everything is as straightforward. Like we were talking a little bit about this, like, growing up with my grandmother who had Alzheimer's. Taking care of her was really frustrating. Especially when they're like they may not be eating,
Yeah.
or they'll poop everywhere, or like my grandmother would have spurts of violence. Like all of a sudden you have to like fight her off because she's like not in it. And a lot of people, it's easy to be like, yeah, the caretaker can just handle it. But people, that's a lot for one person to take. Like that's a whole ass job for people. So can you imagine if you're just doing that after you worked 12 hours or after you've done this? Like it's a lot. Shout out to the people that are caring for people right now. Like you're not alone. A lot of people are in the same position that you are in, and I'm sorry, it sucks.
It's
You're
tough when
doing a
it's
good thing.
family.
Yeah, but you're doing a good thing, and
Yeah.
the world needs goodness. Like as much as like, cause like with the whole Trump election situation, like I was like, yo, I'm about to be evil. I'm gonna be.
You were about to be a super villain.
I'm gonna be stirring the pot. I'm gonna be doing hella crimes, more crimes. Like I was ready. But then it was like, no, there's a reason why I am the way that I am. And I have this goodness that is needed in the world. And that's what separates me from all you other hoes.
Not us, bitch.
No, I'm talking about
Other
those
podcasts.
hoes. The
I'm
other
talking about,
listening. You're a hoe.
I get you. I feel you definitely. It is, yeah. We're pushing through though. We're some strong ass bitches, I gotta say. We definitely all had a tough year, so it can only go up.
Yeah.
But
Right.
if it doesn't, we're all here for each other. So
Yeah,
keep
honestly.
listening to our sad stories.
Yeah.
We just not violent.
Don't be afraid to reach out so that we can air your dirty laundry on the podcast. So hit us up.
Yeah, that's true.
We need the tea.
If you have a sadder story you think you could top us, hit us up.
Bring it on.
We want to hear it.
We love hearing sad stories.
It's the
Anyway.
Sad Olympics. So
What else y'all wanna jump into? Some sad DMs? You got some?
well, yeah, we could jump into DMs. So we were talking a little bit about this, like the different kinds of DMs that you get, because now, like, I've really hit me, like dating is all DMs now.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna meet.
You don't meet anybody at the coffee shop?
I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, well, you want to hear a weird story? Okay, so random, and this has nothing to do with anything, so just enjoy the story for what it is. So I was walking Zingis, and this Jewish woman chases me down, and it's important to the story. Trust me, I'm not being anti-Semitic. So she chases me down, and I turn around, and I'm like, oh dang, did like Zingis poop, and I just wasn't paying attention because sometimes I do that. And she was just like, hey, so like it's the Sabbath and my kids are sleeping. Can you like turn off the light for them? Because I can't, because it's against my religion. And
What happened to my mom?
And I'm like, but it took me a while to get there because I was like, what do you want, like, lady? Like, what's happening? And like, it was at a distance too. Yeah. I'm like, stay right there, don't come any closer. And it was just like this strange interaction, and I was like, yeah, that's true, because like they can't touch the light.
They can't touch electricity, yeah.
And it's like also like you just chased out a stranger down the street then to come into your home to then turn off the light
during a pandemic,
dude. So like, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like, okay, well, it does make sense. I'm like, okay, if it's just turning off the light, let me just turn off the light. And I walk into this house, and it's like super dated. Like, it looks like it's straight from like the 70s, carpeting, everything, like maybe 90s, I don't know. But yeah, 90s, because it reminded me of my childhood. And then I'm just like, and she's like in the room, and she's like gesturing to me because her kids were sleeping, and then I see that there's kids. And then I'm like, oh, and I have my dog with me, so I'm like,
did you scare them? Were you like, ah?
Yo, I was nervous of them because she was just too smiley, and I just thought that she was just gonna kidnap me. I was just gonna be in some dungeon, and
yo, I was gonna say, what if it would have ended up like Saw or something?
Right, like that's it. So I just turned off the light, and I was like, okay. She's like, do you want some water? And I was like, no, bitch, I'm trying to leave. And then I leave, and that's
you want some COVID? COVID to go.
That's it. It worked out, but it was just, that's weird, right? Like, it's a
yeah.
It makes sense because obviously the whole religion aspect, like she can't touch the light. And can you imagine if you forget? Like, I don't know the logistics of it.
Yeah.
Who hit us up?
It's dark at 5 o'clock. Like,
yeah. Like, I don't know if they just have to turn off the lights beforehand, or they just leave it on, or I don't know what the logistics are. But yeah, it was just a weird situation. But I didn't get kidnapped. I didn't get put like in a sex dungeon. So that's good.
Okay, that's good.
The same thing happened to my mom when we lived in Passaic Park. She was driving down Brook Ave, and like some lady like stopped her, like ran in the street and like stopped her car and was like, "Can you shut the lights off for me?" And my mom's like, "Yo, what the hell?"
Yeah.
I wonder what why can't they do that? Like, I don't understand that part of it.
I know, and it sounds so bad, but I'm like, just do it. He's not gonna know.
My whole thing is like, why is it only certain times? Like on a certain
Sabbath.
Is it like sundown maybe?
That's like their holy day. I know that, but why can't they use electricity? Like, what, they think it's like evil or something?
If you're listening in, and
educate us.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Educate us.
Yeah, educate us.
Donald, tell us, Donald, because we don't know.
Yo, word, shout out to Donald.
Shout out to Donald.
He's gonna send his links and everything.
Yes.
He's like, that's the time y'all hoes bring me up. Like, but okay, back to DMs.
Yes, DMs.
We found out there are different characters in the DMs, different types of DMs that you receive.
Yes, there are different, peoples. So you've got the randos, the strangers.
Oh, let's back into that one real quick. Oh, the strangers that pop in. You put a new post up, put a new selfie up. You get a strange like, and then out of nowhere, and IG is telling you that you have a stranger trying to send you a DM, and then you go check, and it's like, "Hello, Queen." It's like, who are you?
I had one that was like, "Good evening, Anna." Like, if you don't get your Dracula ass out of here.
Oh my God.
That's beautiful, but also like, yo, good evening is a different vibe.
It is a different vibe. Good evening.
You're like, how old are you?
Like he came at you, he was trying to come at you on a higher
That's
level.
etiquette, though.
You think that's proper? You think I'm just a trollop and then I just class?
You're gonna just give me a hello.
I don't know, but you know what? Speaking of that, I get a lot of like baby, I don't know, like baby daddy ones, not baby daddy, sugar daddy ones, sugar baby.
You get shit?
Like, oh,
Wait,
hey,
what do
I
you
wanna
call it? Like, old men? Like,
either it's old men or old women.
ooh,
I
so
would
you
get
be
a
pulling
sugar
them both?
mama in a second.
But I always think that it's a scam. Because they add, once you're like, okay, yo, send me money then. Let me see.
Yo,
They're
you
like,
tried
oh,
it?
well.
You were like, yeah.
But then they're like, oh, you got to send me your bank account. I'm like, this is a scam. I'm not sending you my bank account. So send me shit through Venmo or Zelle or something. Like, you don't need my bank account.
Damn, Tara be tearing up the nursing homes. You can't walk past there.
No, I think it's like just scammers and they steal like elderly people's pictures or whatever, and then like just hit me up. They see me struggling, I guess.
Look out for the fucking scammers out there, for the sugar daddy, sugar mama scam.
So that segues into number 2, the frequent flyer.
Oh.
Should we hear noises? I feel like we should have noise.
Oh, a sound? Yeah, bring a sound in.
A sound.
A frequent flyer.
You have like a.
I don't even know what that was.
The murderers.
The freaking yo, I'm not gonna say the ex's name, but we all know the ex that I have that always, I'm telling you, like, I try to avoid this person all the time, and they just pop in, hey, just like, I'm sorry, a couple.
Hello.
You're beautiful. Hey, beautiful.
Oh, the hey, beautifuls. Oh.
Send them the podcast link and call it a day.
I did.
Like, do you listeners have like that one DM or that one person that like resurfaces every few months? Like, you'll get the hey, then come springtime, you'll get the new hey. Come summertime, you get the hello, beautiful. Like, that's the frequent flyer.
Like, tú no tienes vergüenza. Like, you just always, like, just in there, like a mojón. Like,
yeah, and then you go on their page, and it's, like, photos of their family, of their wife. And you're like, oh, okay, fun.
I think once I made my pages, like, private, I stopped getting a lot of those. I filtered them through.
But you don't have a person in your life that just doesn't get it?
Not anymore.
No, like people that you know, or people that you might have entertained at one point, but then like keeps up.
I have one of those that like
some of them pop up like 5 years later, and you're like, who are you?
I mean, I had one of those before Vanessa, but not anymore.
No, block.
She tried it. She tried it and got denied. LOLX.
Thanks,
you know what was
Sarah.
weird though? The other day I was I couldn't sleep and I was scrolling on Insta. I'm scrolling. I'm like, fuck, I'm bored as hell. One of my exes pop up. I haven't talked to in maybe like 8 years, and I'm like, this bitch got an Instagram. I'm like, no, Tyler, don't do it.
Don't do it.
So
Did you do
I
it?
just,
Did you do it?
I got off the app,
He was
closed
like,
the app out.
and then you
Don't
burned
need
your
this evil
phone.
in my life.
No.
Okay.
But
You don't
anyways,
think that sometimes, like when you're scrolling out of nowhere, like that's
it's
when you
like
get
people,
when the boredom hits.
like people you may know. Like, no, I don't know that hoe no more. Fuck out of here. We don't know each other anymore.
Yo.
Yeah, that's another thing about quarantine, man. Like the loneliness and like the feelings are on 10 and everybody's feeling it. So like either it's easy to like fall into situations that you should do not let your loneliness put you in a situation that you don't need to be in. Because at the end of the day, it's just an extreme feeling that will go away and this person will not.
I don't even think it's like it was like loneliness. It was just like one like curiosity. I'm like, yo, I wonder how she's doing. I just want to see like, hey, you good? Like, how's your life? You know, kind of thing. Not even like just like as a good. I guess I'm too much of a good person to even
Well,
care.
do you guys end on good terms?
Not really. But it was like
That is nice of
long
you.
ago.
Yeah, that's
So long ago. So
we
it's
can end on good terms. I'd be like,
Yeah, I'm like, I can't relate to that. And it's somewhat nice, but nah, if we end on bad terms, like, I'm gonna hate you forever. I'm gonna think about it on the toilet, man.
I think about it like we're both like I'm not the person I was back then, and she's probably not the same person either. So it's like,
well, maybe not.
yeah, we don't know. So
Right.
good thing I got off that shit. I was like,
Right.
Mm.
Congrats to Tara. That's actually an accomplishment because I don't know if I would have done that. Like, cause curiosity would have killed me.
You would have added them, like hit the add button.
No, I would have just looked at the page and see what they were up to.
I would have looked. I would have looked.
I would have just.
Oh me, yeah. Her shit was private. I looked, and then it was private, and then I was like, I'm not adding her. Like, nah, fuck out of here.
God. All this graphic. Okay, the next one is the pyramid schemers from your high school. That doesn't work. Sorry, guys. Let's do something else.
Pyramid schemers. Shout out to the 4X's or the
Monet.
Is that another one?
You know the ones with the shampoo that.
Oh, the hair products. Shout out to the hair products.
Yeah, the vitamins, the herbal teas, the smoothies. Like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Somebody from my high school did hit me up, and I thought they were trying to like, just like reconnect, just chat. And then when they were just like, yeah, do you want to try these vitamins? I was like,
Yeah, they start a
my
conversation
emotions?
with you, and they're like, "Yo, how you feeling? How you doing?"
Right, like, how have you been? And I thought it was just a regular run-of-the-mill catch-up. And I love having conversations with people when they're genuine and you're not trying to sell me something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, that's whack as fuck. Like, how do you have a job like that? Like, that's one thing I don't like about sales. And not to like bash people that do sales, but you guys suck.
You definitely have to have a personality for it, because I'd be like, yo, you want to buy this or not? Like, just buy it. If you're not going to buy it, I'm not going to talk you into it.
Yeah. I don't like bothering people. That's the thing. Like, I just don't. So I'm a horrible salesperson.
I was so bad at Staples. I don't know how I survived that.
Dude, I had one of these jobs in college where it was like, they put it as like you're working for these environmental groups, like, you're working for like gay marriage or like conservation, and I'm like, yo, I'm all for all of these projects, but it's really like you're standing on the corner in New York City, you're waving people down, and you have a script that you have to read because you want them to like sign up for this thing. It's all capitalism, and it's like these fucking hippies, DK, Like, I trusted y'all. I got fired after 2 days because, like, as soon as you don't meet a quota, they kick you out because it's not about like doing the work and it's not about spreading any message. It's about raising capital, and God knows where that money goes. So fuck y'all. Y'all are. And so when you see those different groups like in New York City, don't.
Yo, I almost started working at a solar panel spot where you gotta like pedal fucking solar panels. I'm not nothing. I don't know anything about a solar panel. I have no idea how it works.
Yo, you
They'll give you a script.
No, I know, but I was like, oh, that's what this is. They fucking played me because the whole thing online was totally different. They send you to like a different website.
What did you think you were gonna do?
They were like, oh, we're gonna set you up. You're gonna help save people's lives and like rebuild their homes and things of that nature. And I'm like, this is nothing to do with any of that. And then like I had to go into like Home Depots and sell them. I wasn't even selling them like at like a location.
Oh, you had to pedal it.
Yeah, no, what the fuck? Nah, I'm not gonna be that annoying person. Sorry. Those are the people I walk past and like try not to make eye contact with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be one of those.
I don't think any of us.
Most of the time they rip off older people anyway, so it's like, y'all fucked up.
Which leaves us, speaking of fucked up, which leads us to the last DM category, and that's the sexual deviants. The ones that send you porn links and dick pics. I get those, and I'm like, guys, is that considered sexual assault? I don't want to say use a strong word, sexual assault. More like sexual
misconduct.
Like misconduct. Like
the word misconduct. It's unsolicited, that's for sure. I think.
Like guys.
Now we're crossing boundaries and shit, you know. So we just slinging dick pics like that. No.
You know what I think it is sometimes is that guys think, for me, because I can laugh at a lot of things that it's like there's no boundaries whatsoever, and that I'm gonna totally appreciate your shriveled penis in my inbox. Like, no, like learn manners and also understand that like women can laugh at anything, but that doesn't make them your
Yo, you know what I started?
Whatever.
You know what weird thing started happening to me actually? And it wasn't even on my like social medias. It was on my personal cell phone number. I would get random dick pics from just strange phone numbers. I don't know if people were like typing. I sent you guys this.
I
like,
know.
This is true. This has happened to me on like multiple.
Oh, that pale penis you
Oh,
sent.
there's just penises that I've been getting like from random numbers, and I don't know if like people are just giving the wrong phone number, and like somehow it becomes my phone number, and I'm just getting like the dick pic right away.
Jenny,
there's a
few that pissed off an ex.
No, there's a few I want to crack in this though, because like, okay, number one, okay, why is it just like the dick pic first? You know, like no hello, no nothing. It's like I usually just get this random like penis in my cell phone text messages, and like, okay. So what I started doing is I just started entertaining it and acting like I'm the person they meant to send it to. So the first person I did this to, I got the whole storyline. I think they sent me their photo, and I was like, haha, send me another photo. And like I got like body shots and stuff, and I'm sitting there like, who is this stranger? But apparently he thought I was this person named Michelle. And and I'm like, who are you? I don't remember you. And he goes, damn, Michelle, we fucked in your car outside of this bar. And I was like, oh.
Oh, Michelle's out here.
Lo and behold, I'm not Michelle. But anyway.
Okay, my thing is, if they fuck though, why is he sending a dick pic?
Yeah, I don't know. Clearly she gave him the wrong number, but that's what I thought. Okay, that was the first time that happened. So I was like, okay, some bitch just gave the wrong number. Second time it happened, new pale penis. I sent you guys this one too. At like,
this guy had audacity, man.
Audacity. Let's just say. So he sends me this photo, and I forgot how I entertained it, but like I told him, I'm like, I'm not the person that you think I am, and he goes, That's all right. Anyway, and I was just like, wow, wow, wow. But again, this all happened in the beginning of quarantine, which leads me to my next thing. Quarantine makes people like a little more aggressive as far as like sending those photos, just like I don't know, like just I would think twice before sending a
Right.
dick pic, but who knows? I don't know.
I don't know, like, so I don't understand dick pics. Like, okay, I mean, like, I've
I
gotten
don't
sent
understand them
them.
either, girl.
I
No,
don't
no,
understand why, like, guys, like, automatically think that's, like, what is gonna, like, turn somebody on. Like, damn. Like, I feel like you shouldn't send one unless somebody asks you for it, right?
Right.
Like, guys, they ask for nudes. You don't ever just send nudes, right?
no. You don't just send a nude. I think it's like part of an exchange, like normally.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Dirty talk, and which you're right, because like that's what got me. Why am I getting these dicks? And we ain't even have any dirty talk. You don't even know my name.
Right. That's dangerous. Cause see, that's the thing. See, guys, I feel like don't think about what happens to girls because revenge sites are real. A
Yeah.
lot of girls like videos, and it could be like you can trust this person and they exploit you, or what the second that you get mad at them. And let's be real, like these guys, we show the dick pics to each other, so we know that guys show pictures of us
Yeah.
to their friends and so on and so forth, and it all goes around and it all circulates. And
oh, I got a story.
oh, you better tell that story.
I have a friend. Okay, I'm not gonna name the friend, but I have a friend from high school who, like, we know each other for a long time, and he'll send me pictures of his girl, and I'm like, bro, like, I don't want to see your girl, like, nah, like, I have a girl, and like, I don't need to see your girl, like,
Wait, he sends you
I'm
nudes?
yeah, like, yeah, I'm like, bro, I don't want to see these, like, what is going on? And
Why?
he's like, nah, he's like, I know you,
Or, like,
I know you'd appreciate them, and I'm like, I'm gay, but like I don't need to see your girl. Like I'm my own woman. Like I don't know like why are you sending me this shit?
Do you
But I
think
think
he's
that
propositioning you? Do you think he's kind of like setting
no,
bait?
this person like knows that there's no chance. Like they know I'm like hella gay and they respect it. But
maybe I don't know, because like, do you think he's sending nudes of his girlfriends, his guy friends as well? Because his
yeah,
guy
so
friends like it
I
too.
think there's this bro thing where guys like are like, yo, I got you, and just like they send each other new like I've been in group chats with dudes where that happens.
What?
Like I've been
No,
in
I
circles
don't
where
doubt that guys be doing
I've been in
that.
circles where that's happened. Like
It's
we've done, I might have contributed in that, but like it wasn't Steve. But there were
I
there
hate
were
y'all.
so like yeah, that's like a thing. Like, it's like a bro thing, I guess. It's kind of toxic, but like it's like yo, you want to like I think dudes like appreciate sharing women. That's why gangbangs are a thing.
You know, remember Jenny when we went to your brother's divorce party and
Oh,
we met that couple. And it was like the guy was like a little douchey, but for some reason, me and him were like getting along.
he
Like,
was
we were, like
just
cool. Like, yeah, we were like vibing, but like normally I would never vibe with a kind of dude like this. Like this guy was like broy to the nth degree.
Yeah.
But we were cool, and his girlfriend was right there.
Yeah.
He was showing me pictures of her.
Yeah, we saw
Remember? He was
And she
showing
was like
pictures.
into it too, though. She was next to him, like, oh.
Yeah, and she was like, and I thought I don't know if it was a proposition. I don't know.
I don't know, or like if it's just the thing that people do is just like,
Or yeah.
I don't know, and like,
No, I think guys share shit because like they just want you to like be as excited as they are. You know what I mean? Like they just want to share like the enjoyment they get from those photos. I don't know. But it's also like a privacy thing because it's like, yo, somebody's sending you that thinking like it's for just you. And then like
yes,
sending it to other people.
Oh my
Unless like they did some fuck shit to you, but like
that's what I don't understand, like the circumstances behind it. Like, are these dudes just showing people pictures of their significant other, like me and Anna just said that happened, like we were there? Or are these people like just, oh, if you guys are just like having a situationship or you're just having a fuck buddy and that person sends you nudes, and are you showing your friends photos of your fuck buddy? If so, like, yo, like, that's the boundaries there. They're crossed, and it's like you're right.
Yeah, also like what if that fuck buddy becomes something serious? Then it's like, yo, all your friends seen this person.
No takesies backsies. It's already there.
I think as humans though, like I think we over like exaggerate nudes. Like, is it really that big of a deal? I think I've seen you guys naked. Like, I don't think it's that big a deal. It's a body. We all have a fucking body. Like,
I feel like all my friends have seen my boobs.
I don't want to see a peen, but like, it is what it is, you know?
But I think what would bother me, yeah, because okay, it's tricky, I guess, because it's like, we know that guys would do things, and it's more of a thing that if I don't know, it doesn't hurt me because I'm sure something's circulating. I mean, I try to be good about the no above the head thing. I feel like I'm in the clear there, maybe. But it's also like I remember a friend of a friend, I know Tara may know this, like said something about like that they looked at my page and they like did things to themselves, like it was like I don't know what the phrase was, but it was like something about like, yo, I went in on that page. Like at that point it's like, oh, I don't know. Like it's weird. Like
wait, I know this person. Why do I feel like I'm
you know this
lost?
You know this person.
We'll
But
talk
it's
about
like it's weird to know that there was a sexual experience that included me that I wasn't a part of.
But you didn't know?
Yeah. Like,
But doesn't that
all the time.
I feel like in a sense it kind of like boosts your confidence a little bit because it's like, yo, I didn't do anything. I'm just alive.
Right.
I'm just existing.
It's weird because it's like, yeah, you have that, but then it's also like that's weird. But then it's also like, hey, like that
I'm
reminds me.
not hot. I'm that bitch.
When I was at I work at a studio. I'm not gonna say the name. I might say it at one point, but I work at a studio and I was at the gym at the studio and I saw Stifler. And I was so in high school, I was so into Stifler. I had such a Stifler phase.
That's not his real name. It's like Sean something.
Yeah, Sean William Scott.
Yeah.
But it's Stifler. It's Stifler who I was attracted to. It wasn't Sean William Scott. Like,
Bro, wait, you were attracted to Stifler?
I love Stifler.
We could do better. We could do so much better.
Now that explains so much.
Yeah.
My life. But I love Stifler, and I had lots of moments when it was just me and Stifler. So like to see this person and have all of this sexual attraction.
Would you go behind Would you go behind him like on the treadmill and like watch his butt? Like look at his butt while you were like.
Bro, I was eyeing the F out of him the whole time. He was a really nice guy. Like, people would obviously come up to him because he's fucking Stifler. He was very cool about it, which I would definitely be annoyed by that. But he was very nice that he didn't have to be. And he looks real good. He's real fine, like a tiger.
Shout out to Stifler.
Shout out.
No, the weird thing about the situation, at least for me, like I think it would be it would depend. Like if it was like a fine person or somebody that I reciprocated some kind of attraction toward that was like that got off on it on a photo of me, I'd be like, all right. But if it was somebody that I like just was not into or like a complete creepo, I'd be like, oh, that's like fucking, I feel violated. I feel like I didn't consent to like you getting off on my photo. Like, I think
now is that a double standard? People like to say that's a double standard. I'm like, no, like because what everybody finds attractive is different. So just because you lie outside of that, like they're like, oh, only the hot guys get to sexually harass women, while the ugly guys get to. Because sorry. Like Annie was an orphan, and like
across the board. But anyway, can I circle back to Stifler? I want to go back to Stifler.
She wasn't done with Stifler, sorry.
I watched the new American Pie movie the other night.
Okay.
It was okay. Like it was kind of like cute. Like they were trying to be like modern and like, but okay, Stifler's daughter's in it, but they don't put Stifler in it. That pissed me the fuck off.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. You couldn't get Sean William Scott. I'm sure he's not doing anything right now.
To even just do like one scene just to be like, hey,
story.
daughter, what's up?
I would hate that movie because I would watch it for Stifler.
We watched it for like all the older characters, like it's American Pie. No. And they did this they did the gender switch. It's all females. It was all girls. And
Also,
then
but were any of the other characters from the other one female included? Because it was like Tara, the other Tara Reid.
Tara Reid was in it. No, she wasn't in it. I mean the original one she was in. Sorry, I'm like
The original American Pie was golden, and you shout out to U of M, Go Blue.
what?
If
Okay.
you watch American Pie, you know the significance of University of Michigan. Okay,
Oh, my bad.
we're very pretentious at U
Wait,
of
were
M.
any of them in it? None of the original people were in it. Like Jason Biggs wasn't in it. Lily wasn't in it. That's not her name, but the chick that plays Lily in How I Met Your Mother. I don't know her real name. The one from Buffy.
I'm gonna watch American Pie and then get back to you next week and rejoin this conversation because I'm
Allison Hannigan? That's her name?
Yeah, that sounds like it. And don't you do anything to Stifler Jenny while you're watching American Pie. That's my man.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, out of all his friends, he was the hottest one. So like
No, I honestly think the other one,
the soft one who learned how to do
you
the
know which one I'm
ABC.
talking about.
He did the tongue twister thing. He was with Tara Reid. He was with Tara Reid in that
No,
one.
the little one, the big one.
Nah, I didn't think. I don't know. He wasn't.
Hold
nah.
on, I gotta pull it up now because this
The
is
football player dude.
The football player dude. That guy is freaking hot. The one
That's
that
who
was
you're
in Just
into?
Friends. The one that sings "When Jamie smiles, I go for miles. There I feel unsure."
No, we just went on like a fucking American Pie tangent.
Hold on, I gotta find his name. So we got Sean William Scott, babe.
Chris Klein.
Chris Klein, Chris Klein.
I feel like he was in something that I just watched, but I don't think that's true. He wasn't in that movie. He wasn't in the new one. But yeah. He didn't age well. Anyway, let's switch topics.
All right. Well, we can switch gears to the other topic, which is kind of related. So, like, it's quarantine time. A lot of couples are breaking up. A lot of people are getting back together with their exes. They're getting back together with anybody, really.
Or starting in a whole new relationship.
Starting a whole new
Because of COVID.
relationships, there's people with their puteria still, pussy popping in the handstand, even though I told you guys to put on a mask. And it's a tricky thing, you got to find the balance and the give and take when it comes to like sex. It's not just about protecting yourself physically. Protecting yourself does not necessarily mean using a condom. You have to have level-headedness. You have to have just some kind of firm understanding on where you are, because even if you are used to having non-committal quick little things, like there are ways that you can harm yourself. Like for example, the last person that I was dealing with, it wasn't that I wanted to be in a relationship with this person in any kind of way. It's just that quarantine brought my guard down. And I was very open with the person. I just thought that the person was safe because I thought they knew them. We had a little bit of rapport in the past, but it was one of those things where like you have small superficial interactions with a person and you just feel like you know them because you're constantly having those kinds of interactions. But you ultimately don't really know them. You haven't really spent a big chunk of time with them. And so we were chilling, we were all hanging out, and everything was cool. And it seemed like there was a chemistry, and then some shit happened. And then you're like, what the fuck? Like, why can't things just be normal? And it honestly wasn't the worst situation I've ever been in, but it just made me realize that I wish I would have taken my time with this person instead of being open, because then I ended up getting ghosted. And it was like, well, I was trying to ghost you first. Why would you ghost me before I ghost you? And again, it wasn't like I wanted a relationship with this particular person. I just didn't expect that to happen. I wasn't mentally prepared. And it there's like a grieving process when you start talking to somebody after you've been talking with them like every single day, and then now all of a sudden it's weird. And the worst thing is when you want to like send memes, but you can't because things are weird, and you don't want to like lose the power balance by being the first. You see that fuck? You see those fucking mind games and the fuckery you have to do when you have relationships with people. It's just so frustrating. And like now I'm in a space where I'm like, yo, I don't want to fuck with anybody right now. I need to put myself in order. And figure out what is it that I want before I engage with anybody. And I got myself a good little plan, y'all. Like I bought myself like a really good toy because honestly, the thing is that sometimes,
Wait, Anna, you got your toy, but you should also invest in like a shower head because shower head could come in handy.
So Tara is a big fan of the shower method.
Pro tip, but that's the thing.
Even if you're on your period, shower head,
clean,
bang,
boom.
2 for 1, 2 birds, 1 stone.
That's a pro tip. I already spent the money, but thanks.
I mean, both. You want to have both.
But we also for the listeners too. But yeah, so I got myself a really good toy because it's like sometimes like my horniness gets the best of me, and then I'm in the situation, and then I'm like, oh, I don't want, like after you do what you do, and then you're like, what is the thing that they call it? Like when the cum cloud, is it a cum cloud?
Oh no.
I was like,
a cum cloud. That sounds just ooh.
It sounds disgusting.
Sounds like I want to have an umbrella for that.
Yeah, please.
It's just like when after you enjoy yourself and then it realizes that, oh, this person is
like,
here. And that's what I struggled with. Like I was like, I'm in a situation with this person that's weird. I didn't mean for it to be weird. Now I have this weird energy that I'm carrying with me until my brain forgets about them, which is in about 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
I think humans, like, we all like have our moments when we do want to have like that release, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's because I don't think a lot of people realize this when like you orgasm, like your mind goes blank and like it's like a clean slate. So that's why people like chase that feeling because you want to feel like blank at some point and like for a whole new start. But yeah, you don't always need another person for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels better with like somebody that you love for sure. That's always like the optimal moment. But there was this article I read, Lady Gaga said that like she didn't want to have sex with just random people anymore because she felt like it was like stealing her creativity, and people like bashed her for it, and they're like, this bitch is crazy. And it's like, no, that's just real. Like people don't understand like the energy you exchange when you're having sex with somebody. And like if you don't understand like the how your mind is connected to everything,
the actor, the person.
Yeah, like you're exchanging energies with this person. So if you have some sex with somebody that's evil or like a demon, has demons and things of that nature, like you're taking that in.
Yep.
Especially as a woman, because you're getting penetrated. So shout out to Lady Gaga, and hopefully
you're getting penetrated. Shout out to Lady Gaga.
Hopefully she's having good sex now and not worrying about getting her creativity taken out of her vagina.
No, but that's so real because you are having this exchange with the person, and it's some of us can have those kinds of walls and we can have that, and sometimes other people are not equipped for that level of I guess cut through. If we want to segue into one story about
I think guilty of okay, maybe not.
Jenny ruined somebody's life.
I ruined a couple of lives that way by accident, unintentionally.
We're here.
Anna will never let me live it down. But I'm good at building that emotional wall, keeping boundaries within my heart and within my head, and creating that separation between physical and emotional. And like, I tend to assume that everybody's always, that we see eye to eye, that we're on the same page. And I've gotten myself into a couple of situations where, like, maybe the other person might have gotten clingy a little too fast, or might have thought like things were one thing and really it was something else. And it's definitely tricky. Like the one situation Anna was kind of like hinting at, like I didn't even know like was a thing until like weeks later, when like
Until the life was destroyed.
until the friend group was poking fun, and I'm like, what's going on? Apparently I had destroyed this man's ego and life and like aspirations. He didn't know what to do with himself afterwards. And I'm like, damn, like
This is why everybody wants to fuck Jenny. Oh my
Fucked
god.
the soul out of him.
and it was like, honestly, I didn't, like, no shade, but I didn't remember too much of that night anyway. And it was like, and like, I don't know, I didn't think it was like that much of a thing. I had like carried on with my life. And like weeks later, I'm just like, oh, like I didn't realize like that I had hurt. Oh, I didn't realize I had, I don't know, like just had hurt them so bad. But again, like that's, I don't know. I take responsibility, I guess, for like some of it, but also like, I don't know, people like know what you're getting into.
It was okay. So as a third party that was present, well, not fully present. I was just outside of the car, but
She was recording. She was videoing.
I was getting inspiration for my next novel, so I was underneath the seat and
They fucked in the car? Okay.
I would say in Jenny's defense, she did destroy his life, but at the same time, I think he portrayed himself to be somebody that he wasn't. Jenny was very clear about how she operates. She's never, like, Jenny's not an enigma when it comes to stuff like that. Like, she will, like, if she feels like, oh, this is not that marriage is a thing or whatever.
No.
It is a thing for some people.
No, it's fine.
But I feel like he was portraying himself to be somebody that he wasn't, just to get to the pussy. And then when he got it, he was unequipped for it. And then so guys, don't bite more than you can chew, because then you'll die.
Yeah, and like, the funny thing is that I feel like normally you would
dead?
Story, you hear the same story, but like with the shoe on like a minute, right? Like you would normally hear like the girl got too clingy, and like the guy was being like emotionally unavailable. But like the thing is, a lot of these dudes are like just as
clingy,
and just as soft, like.
Right, and it's so funny. We like to call women emotional, but have you ever told a guy no?
Right,
like there.
I'm gay, so yes, that's like my daily life.
No, like
you're so brave.
I hear when like dudes, I will tell them. Well, this hasn't happened in years, but there were a few people where like I've told them like I'm gay, I like women, like I'm sorry, and they would still try to like. I was like, we can be friends. I have no problem with that. And would still try to like I don't know, take me on a date or something. And I'm like, no.
See, there's a school of thought for that. Because there's a lot of guys that are of the school of thought that I can wear her down. We know a couple of the I can wear her downers, and we're not going to say their names, but we know that. And no, you cannot. Like, dude, if you want something meaningful, wearing her down is not what you want. Because, yeah, maybe one day you'll catch up to Tara and she'll be like, oh, I'm just tired of being gay. And then, boom. But no, but I mean, for straight girls, there might be a day where like the guy that she's normally with is ignoring her, and she's drunk, and she wants attention, and boom, you're in. But it's not longevity, and it's not ultimately what you want, and then you're gonna get pissed off and try to kill her, and that's not the way.
You don't want somebody to settle for you. Like you don't ever want that. That's never a good situation. You know what I mean? Like you want them to be a two-way street.
Yeah, and I can, settling is not the
But I don't understand how people can miscommunicate Jenny. She's just like a free spirit. Like, so what did you think was gonna happen?
You know me, you know.
That's all I gotta say.
He knew her for a while. That's why it was like, I just think he wanted to be somebody that he wasn't, and then he was in too deep. He was way
Yeah, and honestly, the response I had was like, I don't know, boo-hoo. I don't know. Like,
Sad violin. Like,
yo,
what
that's
about
sad
him?
violin. I don't know. Like, because the thing
Is
is,
he okay now though? Is he like thriving?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Oh my god. And he did ruin his life.
I'm kidding. I honestly, we have not heard from him. He's kind of left the friend group, so he did spiral. But I think he's well. I think last I heard, he has like a girlfriend that doesn't beat him, and she's really nice to him.
Okay, moving on.
I think he's doing well. But yeah, so like we can also
Look at her.
Vanessa's saying some fucking like problematic shit. I'm not even gonna say. Repeat.
What did Vanessa say?
She's mentioning people's names because she thinks she knows who we're talking about. No.
I think Dad met him.
I think if they did meet, it was very in the beginning, but I don't honestly, I don't think so.
Maybe
I
not.
don't think so. This was another decade. This was another
I have
era.
no idea who we're talking about, so I'm not even gonna try to ask.
I don't think. Yeah.
But I love that Dad's like trying to spitball names.
Like, who's this wool?
She's trying to keep up with us because she's like, I threw her for a loop and was like talking about shit that she didn't even know. Like this bitch.
Dad's like listening.
Yeah,
Podcast surprise.
After this, she's gonna be like, "You have a lot of explaining to do." All right.
Gotta stay on.
So
Ricardo.
what?
Ricardo?
Oh, Ricky Ricardo. Yeah. I thought you said Mercado.
Did you guys want to do TV or do you want to go into our verses?
Oh, let's do verses first.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I'm ready for that.
Hey, so our first verses, we put a poll up on our Instagram. If y'all were, present, thank you for voting and being part of our 90s verses. We thought it would be
90s animation, cartoons.
Yeah, 90s cartoon animation, like all like old shows that all these our 90s kids friends and things of that nature, feel deeply about. So our first one is Cat Dog versus Angry Beavers.
Oh, wait.
Cat Dog won. Okay, you want to do the
I was like beep beep. That is not a boxing bell.
Anyway, Cat Dog won 63% to 37% for Angry Beavers.
And
I had a lot of DMs about this, and people were very passionate about Angry Beavers. I thought they were gonna come back, but Cat Dog took it, man.
I get it. Cat Dog, the dynamic. They were attached literally, so there was like that dynamic right there. There was no escaping, and that created a lot of funny storylines. And I think everybody could relate to either cat or dog. You were either cat or you were dog. Like the fun, like freaking doofy type, or like the serious cat type. I don't know, but
it was a good balance.
Yeah, it was like there was something that you could relate to, and like that just created a lot of fun episodes for sure. But I fucks with Angry Beavers too.
Angry Beavers was a good show. We were talking about their crib. We're like, yo, they did have a dope ass crib though.
Yo, yeah.
I'd rather live in their crib than Cat Dog's crib. Let's be real.
I agree.
But all right. Anyways, y'all want to get into the second one?
Yo, let's get into it.
We got the second versus is gonna be Ren and Stimpy versus Rocco's Modern Life.
Yo, my iPad, y'all. But okay, let's talk a little bit about that one. Okay, so I love them both. My vote was for Rocco's Modern Life, but a lot of these homophobes had a lot to say about Ren and Stimpy. Like I heard a lot about gay agenda, and my thing is that out of all the agendas, the gay one for me is the better agenda. So if I gotta pick an agenda, it would be the gay one. But that's weird. Like
I didn't even know that was a
that was a
a reason
thing.
not to like Ren and Stimpy. I actually was more partial towards Ren and Stimpy. I loved the weirdness of it. I loved how inappropriate it was.
I was
I
gonna
loved
say,
that my mother cringed at it every time it was on TV.
yeah,
Really gross. That was it had a really high gross factor.
I don't know
there
what it
was a lot of questionable things going on, but
They
there was
rubbed butts.
there was a lot of butt
they
stuff.
love a
Yeah,
hair
that's why I guess they think there's like a gay agenda with it. But
But let's stop that right there because think about the wrestler Rikishi from the WWE was literally giving people pink eye as his finisher move.
yo,
Rikishi was definitely like full on.
And we respect Rikishi. Rikishi is an icon.
yo, when he would come out, we'd be like, oh
That's a
fuck. Your favorite wrestler was just gonna get the what was the move
He had a
called?
thong on. He had like
It was
this
what
long
was it?
leotard
Sweet. It
on.
wasn't Sweet Chin Music. It was
What was his move called? The Rikishi? Was it the Rikishi?
no.
No, it was called I don't the bonsai drop.
This is like the Banzai drop. Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I don't know, but that shit was wild. When he would come out and do it, we would
He had his
just
little fence.
And then it'd be like ass and face.
like whoever he was wrestling, he was taking them down and putting that ass in their face.
Yo,
And that's probably why we love eating ass. Our generation.
But was that a gay agenda?
Probably. I don't know. Wrestling is kind of gay to begin with.
No, but dudes, but that's yeah.
To me, I feel like you ever watch like wrestling in high school, like the high school dudes, like they're touching each other's.
Yo, there's a lot of grab.
You have to touch balls to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all want to get into? Y'all want to talk about? Oh wait, Rocco's Modern Life 1. Did we get into that part?
Modern Life 1, which I
89% to 11%. Sorry, Ren and Stimpy.
Huge margin.
Get out of here.
Whatever. I'm always like in the unpopular shit.
That's all right, Jenny. You might get one. In a year. Anyway, we got Hey Arnold versus Doug.
So that was a hard one for me.
That was a close one. That was a close one. 54% to 46%.
I would go to mine is Hey Arnold.
I definitely hate Arnold for multiple reasons, down to like the character development, the fact that it was like in the city and they had like characters that they had like brown characters, they had Asian characters, they had like, it just felt like something familiar. And Grandma and Grandpa were probably one of my favorite cartoon grandparents like ever. Like Grandma was always getting into some shit that was crazy. I think she had like some kind of like dementia she had to have. And then Grandpa was just always like, I don't know what to go with it. I don't know.
She was always getting locked up for like protesting and having her titties out or some shit.
Grandma was iconic. So Hey Arnold is like, that's the one for me.
Yeah, me too. I think I had a soft spot for it because I think I would say that contributed to like why I'm such a softie and like why I'm like try to do the right thing because Arnold
Damn, did she
froze for a second.
You're back.
We're on Zoom, guys. Sorry.
Oh wait, hold up. It's my internet connection.
Oh, okay.
Am I good now?
Yeah.
We can cut it. Wait, Steve, can you cut that? Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, fix that. What time are we at? Anyway, I don't know if y'all heard anything I said, but we could go to the next one.
No, I was saying that you relate to Arnold in the way that like he was really sensitive and like a soft and like always supportive of his friends.
And he always did the right thing. He always did 100% of the time. Like he always would do like the good thing, you know, like he always helped somebody out, even if they were like bullying him or some shit, you know, like Helga, like he even helped Helga out.
I know, and Helga was always freaking trifling, freaking Helga.
You know, I always connected to Helga because I was very much a tomboy. I was very aggressive and violent, and I hid my emotions.
Do you have a bubble gum statue of Jermaine in your closet?
Jermaine pissed me off this week. He's in the
He
dog
pisses you
house.
off like every week. Like,
Yo, Jermaine, if you're listening to this, you stay pushing my button, and I'm gonna fight you in the street. But yeah, no, I've always loved like when I was that age, I loved from afar. Like I was very much like what was it? The swan, the ugly duckling. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I was very much in the shadows, pining over some mid-level drug dealer.
leave a locket with them in it.
I did.
Oh my-
Various gangs of all
Sorts.
ethnicities. Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
No judgment. Anyway.
But I gotta say, Doug did have like really cool characters as well. I really like Skeeter, Patty Mayonnaise. They had like really great names.
I liked his sister. I forget what her name was. Judy. Shout out to Judy. She was fucking weird, but like she always would come in and like listen to jazz or something like hipster.
She
Yeah,
was cool. Too cool for school, man.
Yeah, I like Judy, but Doug was kind of annoying because he like I don't know. He swooned after like Patty Mayonnaise, and they're like, "Yo, she ain't even all that."
Dang, you didn't think Patty Mayonnaise was hot?
Look at her cut. Like, look at her haircut. She's culture appropriating. I don't know what this is. Got macaroni and cheese hair.
Damn.
And then I just I don't know. Doug,
Dang. Yo, Patty Mayonnaise is about to run up on you, and I'm not even gonna stop her, Tara. Like, I'll be like, there she is, right there.
what was her ethnicity though? Like, where is Patty Mayonnaise from?
She's doing like the Beyonce look.
Beyonce.
I don't know, guys. Anyway, Skeeter, shout out to Skeeter. He's my man. That was my guy. And his dog. What was the dog's name?
Oh my God, we're old.
Little Skeet. Pork chop.
Pork chop. My God.
That's a great dog name.
Pork chop was dope, man. Anyway, pork chop. Shout out to him.
And then the last one was a really tough race. Like it was about to be the first tie.
Ooh, which one?
It was back and forth for like hours.
Yeah, it was crazy how it was teetering. And I agree because this is a tricky one. It's All Real Monsters versus Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's a Sophie's choice.
Yeah.
But honestly, for me, it's All Real Monsters really because I really fucked with that show. Like I used to watch that one real heavy. Like that was one of my all-time favorites, right next to Rocket Power. But we'll get into that one later. We'll do it to be continued on the rest of the ones. But All Real Monsters was definitely like one of my favorites of all time.
What about you?
I think it had to do with because I only had Nickelodeon. I didn't have Cartoon Network like everybody else. So I didn't really watch Courage till I was like
Get into it.
in high school. No, maybe like junior high school.
Yeah, me too.
Because we didn't have regular cable. We had like illegal shit.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm like, same. The more that I realized that, I'm like, yo, Courage did come later. I did like Courage, but
I actually preferred Courage. I mean, All Real Monsters was definitely a staple of my childhood, but there's something about Courage that really got to me. Like, first of all, like, I don't know, he's like, leave it to the most cowardly dog to get into the darkest of like scenarios. And then like his grandma, grandpa, the characters in that show, I just really enjoy. I don't know. I just enjoyed the darkness of Courage.
Yeah, they were hella problematic.
Yeah, it was
They were
just
hella
really
problematic.
dark. But like the naivety of like Courage, like, and like you find yourself like wanting him to like persevere, and like you get like emotionally invested in like what's going on.
I used to get mad at him sometimes.
Me too. Courage
Because I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you going in there? It's dark.
You get engaged, and that's what I really enjoyed about it.
Yeah, nah, definitely. All good shows. They all did well, you know. We're still talking about them now, you know. So,
Right. Iconic. Where's my iPad? I keep reaching for it. I want to go sensation.
we fucked up with the soundboard this episode. Forgive us.
I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm gonna be like the guy from Police Academy. That was a car alarm.
No, that was bad. Sounded like a monkey.
No, that's a car alarm.
You sounded like a mouse that got caught in a trap.
That's a car alarm.
I hate hearing that in the middle of the night. I'm like, for real?
Yo, I hear that all the time.
But anyways, let's segue into like our shows since we're talking about TV. What y'all watching?
Okay.
Which one we gonna talk about first?
Okay, we gotta start off with the greatness. Okay, we start off great,
Okay.
and that's the Great British Bake.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh my god, I have so many thoughts on this season.
Yo, I love that show. Like honestly, okay, so I'm working my way up. So I started from the first season. So I'm not even current yet.
No,
But-
I'm not current either.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not.
I did start from the first season. I binge watched it until like the 6th season, and then I've been having to wait till the following season.
should
So I
watch
am
it.
caught up. I gotta say about this season in particular, this is the most mediocre season. Like all of the bakers are like, okay. I feel like every other season they've had like a pretty like a handful of really decent bakers, and then this season just started off really rocky. They stay fucking up all the freaking the different categories, and then like, but it's still like really fun to watch because like the characters or like the different contestants are just like, you get invested because of like who the characters are, what their personalities are. Either if you're either fucking with like the grandma, or you're like fucking with the really like quirky person. But I don't know, this season's just really funny. Plus, are you caught up on like Noelle Fielding? Are you on those seasons yet?
No, I don't think I'm that far. For me, I remember in the earlier seasons, like there was one where like this old lady took out the dude's ice cream from the bin, and I thought it was really shady. I think it was like the first season. I'm like, why would you take out that ice cream and leave it up? Like that is some malvada
so
shit for that old lady. Like she was like, I didn't know ice cream was gonna melt.
No,
Like,
that's shady. I remember that.
and then the
No, you
next
know what is-
episode, mysteriously, she wasn't feeling well. Like, I was like, get out of here.
I think like people get scared on their pressure and don't even realize stuff that they're doing. Because I've done it before. Like I've taken shit out of the fridge and I'm like, what the hell? Why'd I do that?
No, she touched somebody else's stuff.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
left it
kind of
on
like,
the counter.
I don't know. You know, this season they had a challenge where they had to do ice cream cakes, and it was like, you know, they filmed the show in the middle of the summer,
Yeah.
hot as hell, and
Yeah.
everybody's like sweating, and they're trying to keep these ice cream cakes from melting. It was a hot mess.
But I will say this. I remember season 6. Yo, when Nadia won,
Oh no!
I was crying. When I tell
I
you I was crying, because I was there for that journey.
Yeah.
Like, when she wouldn't believe in herself, I didn't even believe in her at some point.
Did we watch that one? I'm trying to see. Nadia. I think we did see that
She was
one.
season
Yeah.
6. She was season 6, and
We
she
watched
just
that
got
one.
better, and then she hit a stride. Because you saw the moment when she just started believing in herself, and then she started like kind of coming into her own, and she just rose like a phoenix. It was so beautiful. And when she won, I was ugly crying. I felt like
We
it
did
was a
too,
win
I
for
think.
me.
Yeah.
Because I heard her the whole way, like, oh, I didn't win. I'm not good. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not home.
she was hella insecure.
And then, but then there was a point, like a little bit before the end, where she was like, fuck that. I'm that bitch.
Yeah.
I'm that cocaina.
Yo,
Yeah, she
and I'm
started
gonna-
blaming everyone else. She's like, look at them. They don't even know what they're doing. Why am I worrying about everybody else when I'm like out here being like better than them? And
No, exactly. It was just such a beautiful moment. I was like, yo, I was crying.
Yes. No.
and the fact that she was like, oh, it was like a woman of color and she was Muslim. Well, she was Muslim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, it was a big moment. I thought it was dope. I like British Bake Off because they do like help each other out, and they're like they're like friendly with each other. By the end, they like cry when somebody leaves. You get invested.
Yeah,
I
no.
remember the one season where the young girl won. I think her name was like Martha or some shit. And I was rooting for her too because I'm like, yo, she's like half these people's age. And
Yo,
she's gonna kick their ass.
this season they have somebody, his name is Peter, and he's
Okay.
like a young boy. He's like 18 or something like that, but he's like he's wiping all of the freaking challenges. Like he's doing so good, and I think he's actually gonna take it all this season. But I think that's one of the nice things about the show is that since everybody's an amateur, like you get to see which ones really start to like find their own and tap into their greatness, and you see that journey throughout the episodes. But that's part of the greatness of the show too.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
And
And the
I love
host.
Paul. I want a handshake.
Yes, Polly
Yeah.
But you know, I was like peeping into the blogs. He's a little bit of a sucio.
I
Like
believe
he was
it.
like he was in a divorce. He was dating like some 19-year-old. Like you could see it in his eyes.
Oh, he looks
Yeah.
When he be eating them lemon tarts, like
Yeah, he's a flirt. You could tell he got like the light eyes and like he has like white hair because he's like older. So I think he dyes his hair white anyway. But yeah, he be out here flirting with hella people, and I'm just like, watch yourself.
shout out to you, Paul.
What's the
But be
older lady's
careful.
name though? That what is it?
I love Prue. She be
Prue,
wearing her
yes.
red readers. Her glasses are everything, and then her outfits. They always like coordinate with her glasses, and I love it. The outfits on that show are everything. Well, the later seasons, Noel Fielding starts to take over the hosting, and he's just this great comedian. But his sweater game is just fucking on point. Like whoever is styling British Bake Off, shout out to you. Like,
Who was the other chick, the
But
lesbian?
Mary, but what about Mary Berry?
oh, Mary in the beginning, like she was like in the first season.
I love Mary Berry.
No,
Like
I
I
love
just want her approval. I hope she's not a racist.
She's
Those
not
are one of those people where I'm like, yo, I would be so bummed if Mary Berry was a racist. Like that would be upsetting.
I don't put it past any old white lady, but
I don't think like Paula Dean is not surprising. But
No.
Mary Berry, she might be one of those.
I don't know
like,
what like the extent of British racism. I don't know how it comes out. Like, it might
it's
be
different, but it's there, but it's different.
Yeah, but yeah, she stopped doing the show for a while, but she's great. I loved her. I was sad when I saw her go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the lesbian, the host, like in the beginning?
Oh, yeah, with the short black hair.
Yeah, Sue.
Dude,
She's like,
she's good.
She used to flame them. Like she would say jokes if people wouldn't get it, and it would just like go over their heads. And I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
It was so great. I loved her.
It was in the most polite way though. Like she would flame people in the most polite way, so you wouldn't even know.
That British shit, yo.
No facts.
British shit.
Mm.
Speaking of that British shit. Okay, so I was watching Amazing Dino World on HBO Max. It's really cool, but the thing is that it's not narrated by a British guy. So you kind of feel like, is this legit? It is. But but I get it. You feel comforted by British people. I don't know why. Let it go. But it's really interesting because you get to see like they visually reconstruct these dinosaurs like exactly how from what they know of dinosaurs at the time. Like they're feathered and some of them are scales, and it's visually very fucking cool, very Planet Earth-esque because they narrate it and they actually even recreate like attacks and animal interactions. But it's really cool. I really liked it. But I'm into that kind of stuff. So if you're into like documentaries, if you like Planet Earth, like you'll really like this.
We watched the first episode. It was it is really good. My only thing is like, how do they know what colors they are? Like you don't know what colors they are.
Yeah, a part of me was like, they'll be dirtier than that because they're in the wild. So you couldn't even see that bright green.
Yeah. They just like are like, okay, yeah, this is what I think they're the color that they wear, and it's like, come on.
Like how you know they got stripes?
Yeah.
I think they might have like, I don't know. I want to defend the scientists because I'm a science bitch, but I think they might have like some type of things that they can And also,
Yeah.
it could just be they're taking a little bit of creative license on that.
I think maybe also like it depends what region of the earth they came from, because they probably are just basing it off of like other animals' colors. So they're like, oh, there'll probably be like a bright color because this is a tropical area, or like if it's a snowy area, they make the bird white or the dinosaur white
Mhm.
so that it blends in. Because like animals adapt to their environment. You know, they usually try to blend in. If they're a prey, if they're a
Or maybe it's
predator,
something that
it's
they can
different.
pull from their genes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe they can pull that color from their genes.
yeah.
But
So
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
the pockets in their genes.
Yeah.
And
But
like you see dinosaurs and you're like, oh wow, you know, that really looks like this or it really looks like that. And you're like, damn, you know, I was saying like with chicken, you know how like chickens are supposed to be like related to dinosaurs or T-Rex or whatever.
yeah.
I was like, maybe that's why they make dinosaur nuggets. Bang.
Ooh.
Because
That's
they're from
exactly what they were. That's a great correlation.
it's right in front of our faces too.
But speaking of that, let's talk about how Tara thought that David Attenborough was Oprah.
Nah, bitch,
Because
I
we
got
were
my
like, you
shows.
watch Planet Earth? Oh, you know the one that Oprah narrates? I'm like,
Oh, yo, I got my
never
shows mixed
confused
up.
David with Oprah.
Okay, first of
No.
all, we put respect
What?
on his name. It is Sir David
Ooh.
Attenborough. Okay.
Excuse, por favor, I'm sorry.
See? You're not even respecting him.
Te pido
Respect.
disculpas, por favor, señor.
Oh my god. No, but for real, like I got my shows mixed up. There's a lot of I watch a lot of like nature shows.
Yeah.
So it kind of blend. I used to watch I was thinking of Life.
Yeah. Okay.
And Oprah narrates Life, and that's a similar show to Planet Earth. So you can't throw me in the doghouse for that. I deserve a second chance.
I just wanted to publicly shame you.
I know. I sometimes I need that too, you know. I mix them up. I'm
And
sorry.
I think Will Smith narrates one too.
Didn't see that one.
Oh, or are you confusing it with that Earth movie he did with his son?
No, he does have one that I saw it, but I didn't like it.
I didn't know that.
But I watched the Snoop Dogg Shark Week one.
It's called One Strange Rock.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, and there's another one called Cosmos, which I really enjoyed.
I used to watch
with
that.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's on Fox. I saw the latest season. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool.
It's Neil deGrasse Tyson, not deGrasse.
First of all, I'm sorry.
Respect. Talk about respect.
No, I don't know how to pronounce people's names. I thought it was Degrassi.
But he definitely knows about. He loves space. Like he jerks off to space. He
I
had.
jerk off to space. Jenny was jerking off to space earlier. You
was
missed it.
earlier.
She had it in her eyeballs.
Yeah, he missed it.
Space?
Well, you know the virtual.
The cosmos.
Oh shit!
It was like in the whites of my eyes.
Yo,
Yeah,
that was wild. But I was saying to Vanessa, I'm like, you ever have those like moments where you like picture yourself out of the atmosphere though? Like what it would be like to be out there?
Yeah.
Just like flying, not in a spaceship or anything.
Honestly, one of my biggest fears is like that movie with Sandra Bullock where she's like I get triggered every time I say the name because I remember one time how the way Jenny said it was like Sandra Bullock.
I'm saying it.
What did you say? And it was where she was like the astronaut in space, and that's like the worst thing, just to be floating there.
With George Clooney, what was that movie called? Outer Space, right?
No, it's like Gravity or
Gravity.
You know what movie about space kind of like scared me? Armageddon. Was that the one with
I don't wanna
Liv Tyler? Yeah, that one. Like how that movie ended was so sad, and like I don't know. I was like, damn.
That was a sad movie. It like felt like Pearl Harbor. Like I was like, damn.
But that just like that was scary. Like, damn, they just left him out there, and then after that, like just the thought of just floating in space. I don't know. That's
that part scares me. But like looking down at Earth from space, I always think about. But I wouldn't want to be in space where there's like nothing.
But like
You're
that's
just
what
with
NASA
yourself.
cameras for, I guess, right?
I feel like looking at Earth that way, I feel like would be really intimidating for me and might explode my mind. Like I feel like I couldn't be able to take it, seeing like the whole Earth underneath me like that massive.
You ever have dreams where like you're flying though, or no?
Sometimes I have hard time flying in my dreams. I can't always fly. Like sometimes I want to fly and then I can't.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, there's been very like few occasions where I did fly, but when I did, I always remember those dreams because I'm like, yo, that was sick, sick dude, sick bro,
That's how I felt normally when I would have Backstreet Boys sex dreams.
sick.
Sick, bro.
You're like a 10-year-old dreaming about like 30-year-olds.
I know.
No, they weren't 30. They were like not that much older. They were like 19.
There's one or two Backstreet Boys that I think were a little questionable. I think they were a little older. Like
Yeah.
Kevin
No,
is, like,
Kevin
really
was 30. Kevin was 30. But Nick was like 17.
True.
But it was definitely like I think I was really young to be lusting after them. Like not to be too graphic. I think I was like 7.
We should have like our crush, like Backstreet Boy crushes and our instant crushes. We should do that one.
I remember in first grade, okay, I was standing in line for lunch, and I was having a heated debate with like this other student about who our favorite Backstreet Boy was, and she was like all about Team Nick, and I was all about Team Brian. I was so into Brian.
Yeah, same.
But like you would have thought like these 2 6 7-year-olds were like, you know, really duking it out for these grown-ass men.
See, my choice had layers. Because I'm complicated. See, I loved Nick. Nick was my main, but I also had a deep love for AJ. But I can't take AJ out of
Oh, the
public.
bad boy, no.
AJ with his crop top. You think I'm gonna bring him to my grandmother? No, I can't bring this guy in here.
AJ looked like, you
AJ,
know what?
AJ was doing too much.
He had
I
piercings,
couldn't.
he had tattoos.
Normally, but there was something about AJ in particular that was just like a little too wild and reckless. Like he looks like he probably beat his girl. Like I don't know. Like
He looked like he was into meth before he was even in fashion. But
yeah.
no, but I loved AJ. But it had to be a private. It was a very private love that I couldn't let out because I was a godly woman at the time.
Oh yeah.
When I
Oh yeah.
I feel like when it was like popular, when they were popular, I was like, oh, we have to like one of them. So I was like already having like questions about like I'm supposed to like one of them, like wow.
Oh, you were like
all of them.
And then that's when you realize you were gay.
I like their
Yeah,
song.
but I
You were
like
like,
Brian. I only picked Brian because like he was the lead singer, and I always
and
wanted
he
to
looked
be,
the most feminine.
maybe.
Okay.
And then like I always wanted to like have talent and like be able to sing, so I was always like trying to sing his parts and shit.
Brian was FAE. They're all talented.
And then he had like that heart issue, so I was like I felt for him. I was like, damn, he has a heart problem.
Yo, I wrote him a letter and I told my mom to send it. I don't think she did.
Wait,
and
time out.
I still hold it against her.
Wait, you guys have to hear Vanessa's crush from the Backstreet Boys though too.
Oh my God, Steve, what is it?
That was NSYNC. It was NSYNC. It was NSYNC.
Wait, who'd she get from NSYNC?
Her NSYNC crush was Lance.
Oh my God!
Like the gay guy.
Did you sense it then?
Did you sense it then, Steve?
I just thought he was different.
He's safe. He's
Like,
the
I just
safe
thought he
one.
was different.
She's so pure and like just adorable.
I was a fan of JC.
JC was mine, and girl, he came by the office like a year ago, and he looked good.
Okay.
Nah, it was always Justin for me. It was
Nah.
always Justin for me. It
You
was
know-
always the lead singer for me. Like it was always lead singer.
JC
That's just
was lead too. They were both lead.
JC was also lead. I would
Come
argue.
on, let's be real.
Well, it was just JC and JT that were singing. Nobody else was singing.
Yeah.
Whereas the Backstreet Boys, everybody was singing. Okay.
Yeah, you're right about that. That's why I always fought people. I was like, Backstreet Boys, Backstreet Boys,
Backstreet Boys better.
Backstreet Boys.
But I will say this: Backstreet Boy fans are cunts. Yeah, I said it. I went to a Backstreet Boy concert and I had like kind of a shitty time. I feel like NSYNC girls
More
were
fun.
like the ones that would drink early and that are just more fun to be around.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Backstreet Boy fans are the ones that would like ask the teacher, "Oh, did you forget the homework?" Like those are Backstreet
Oh, they
Boy
would,
fans.
and they knew like their whole life story, and you're like, yo, how do you know that? Like, how do you know where he was last week? Like, that's
Dude,
weird.
I get into so many altercations at the Backstreet Boy concert. Like these girls are fucking bitchy. Like, oh my god. I remember one time, like before the guys even came out, like I was just dancing and they were like playing like a little bit of the music, and they had like videos on like the jumbotron, and this girl was like sitting down behind me, and then she's like, can you sit down? I want to see. And I turned around and I was like, bitch.
How old were you?
I paid for my seat. I was there. No, it was the reunion tour, and it was when Kevin came in. So it was a few years ago. It was all of them. It was at Vegas when they did the Vegas residency. It was a great show, but it definitely like I kind of wish I would have saw them at their prime. Like I was such a big fan because it definitely looked like 40-year-old guys in a boy band.
They were sweating, like they were having a hard time.
They were doing it, but like, yo, when they were 20-year-old, they used to be in the rafters, jumping off of things and twirling. Like they went in there when they were 20, and then now they're 40 and they got to be grounded. They don't have the same needs that they used to.
They got kids.
Yeah, they can't take certain risks.
But anyways.
But yeah.
What else? What other shows were you guys want to talk about? Any other shows? Or
I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right, good shit.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna have more for you next week. We're still gonna continue the '90s animation next time around, and then we'll have some more games to add on social media that you guys can partake in.
Yeah, send some suggestions if you guys have any like favorite shows you want us to incorporate. Don't send us some like whack shit that we're not gonna know, and then we're gonna be like, "What is that?" Like I never heard of this show in my life.
Right.
But send us stuff. Share our episodes, like our episodes. Leave us a review if you can. If you're feeling like you want to share some kindness in your heart. But, hook us up on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever. Trying to get some sponsors in this bitch.
Yeah.
But anyway, take care and have a good life. I don't know.
That's a great Jerry Springer motivational exit. Like, bye. Have a good life.
Bye. Bye.